Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. This is MetCon 4.0. We're on week 4. Today, we're going to be running through tough contractions at what I'll call a faster tempo. It's not our fastest tempo, but we're moving that way. Let me run through our needs list and we'll go ahead and get started. Today, we're going to be using a box. That's going to be your plyo box, but it could also be a step or some kind of a stair, something very sturdy for you today. If you don't have that, I'm going to give you an alternative exercise, so don't worry if it's just not possible to bring that into your space. Our second supply is a dumbbell set that's a medium weight to you. I'm going to be using my 15-pound dumbbells today. But remember that if medium to you might be scaling up to 20, it might be scaling down to 10. And I do want to remind you that as you move through MetCon, you can, of course, go up or go down in weight at any given point if that's what your body needs. We want our mat down beneath us. We're going to use also a high attachment point with a heavy resistance band. Or I'm going to invite you to actually do some pull-ups in that time when we're taking a lat pull down. So that's completely up to you, but we want a high attachment point and we want some heavy resistance for some lat pull downs today, okay? And then last but certainly not least, we're going to use our water because we're going to want to stay hydrated throughout. There'll be a couple of peak moments when I'm going to encourage you to stop and have a water break. As always, we're going to move through a warm-up. We'll move into 2 circuits that are each 7.5 minutes long. Those are our MetCons. And we'll finish up with a cool down that's going to allow your body composition to come back into its resting state. I want to remind you that the intensity here is supposed to be at your peak. We're looking to get a short, condensed movement strategy in a 15-minute time chunk with our warm up and our cool down on either end, and then go about moving on with our day. So I hope this movement today feels really good in your body. We're going to go ahead and get started with a couple of stretches that are dynamic for our warm up. We'll come over to a railing or a wall or the backrest of a chair, and we're going to drive the hips back and pull the toes up towards our knees. And then we're going to rock up on our toes and lift our heels. Go ahead and drive your hips back, lift your toes, and then lift up onto your toes. All right, let's go ahead and take 10 of those. This is 3. This should feel like a dynamo calf stretch as you do that rock back. Here's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Beautiful. Release that. Come into more of an open space. We're going to take our forward folds with our slow curl up. So go ahead and reach your arms up and then fold forward. We're going to curl all the way up to stand. You see me rocking side to side. If that feels good to loosen up your spinal tissues, go ahead and do that, or just roll right up the middle, 1 vertebrae stacking at a time. Chin rises last, that's 2. Let's take 5. Here's 3. 4. And 5. Great work there. Next, we're going to take our butt kickers. You can take this kind of in a almost a jumping motion, like so, or you can move back over to your railing for balance support and work the heels in behind the hips in a slower kick. Here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, last but not least, we're going to come over to our surface wall. We're going to bring our chest to the wall and then send our right arm out at horizontal, straight out from the shoulder. And then we're going to rotate our feet to face away from that wall to stretch across the front of that pec and shoulder. Go ahead and take 5 deep breaths here as you lengthen. Go ahead and release, and then take your other arm out. That's our left arm. Set the shoulder on the wall, and then we're going to rotate at the feet to spin out and away, stretching the front of that shoulder and the pec. And release. Great work there. All right, let me introduce you to our MetCon 1. Our first exercise, well, this is going to be done in our 30-second time blocks, okay? So we're not looking to count reps. We're just going to move through 30 seconds of each of these exercises, and we'll do that for 7.5 minutes. So our first exercise is either a box jump or a step jump on that step that you have available, or it's going to be a frog jump. I'm going to show you both of them right now. So if we're using our box or our step, we're going to get into our squat prep, and then we're going to jump up and fully extend at the top before stepping down, okay? If you don't have that available, you're gonna take a side-to-side frog jump. So you're gonna leap forward, turn yourself around, and then leap back and turn around, okay? Either one of these is perfect today, so whether or not you've got the equipment for it or not, go ahead and make that choice. Number 2, we're gonna take a dumbbell hang clean to press. I'm gonna use my medium weight dumbbell set for this. Feet are parallel to each other. We're gonna take a hip hinge. We're gonna pop those weights right up to the shoulders through that hip acceleration. And then we'll take our micro bend in our knees and our hips to accelerate that press up overhead. Okay, so that's our hang clean to press, exercise number 2. And then our last exercise in this MetCon circuit is our high plank with our alternated shoulder tap, okay? If you're somebody that's bothered by wrist pain, you're gonna take your forearm plank and you're gonna take a forward reach rather than crossing to the opposite shoulder, okay? So 2 variations for you there. Let's go ahead and get all of our equipment in our space. Here's a great last moment for a sip of water. We'll go ahead and start. 3, 2, 1, frog jump or box jump, 30 seconds. Three, 2, 1, grab your medium dumbbell set, hang clean to press. Feet parallel, here we go. Hinge, hop, and push. And release it down. Come down to your mat. We've got our high plank with alternated shoulder tap. Tighten up your core. 30 seconds here. And release. Back to your frog jumps or your box jump. Here we go. And 3, 2, 1, hang clean. Great work. hip hinge, pop, and push. Three, two, one, high plank, alternated shoulder tap. Low plank, forward reach, whatever you need. Release, back to your frog jumps or your box jumps. Three, two, one, hang clean to press. Three, two, one, release, high plank, low plank with our tap or our forward reach. Three, two, one, release it. Come up to your box or your frogs. Here we go. Five, four, three, two, one. Hang clean to press. Great work so far. Here's our 2-minute warning. Three, two, one, release. Down to your plank variation. Three, two, one, release back to your box. Last time on your box or your frogs. Three, two, one, last time with your hang clean. Here we go. Hinge, pop, and push. Four, three, two, one. Release those down. High or low plank. Last piece before we take a quick rest. Five, four, three, two, one. Relax down. Good work there. That was awesome. Grab yourself a sip of water. Let's go ahead and begin learning our next circuit. MetCon 2, we're going to work 12 repetitions at each of our 3 exercises. So that's going to look a little bit different. It's going to be 12 of each of what we're doing. Our first exercise is a mountain climber. Our second exercise is our pull-ups or our pull-downs. And our last exercise is our floor dumbbell chest press or our bench dumbbell press, chest press. Some of you have that equipment present, okay? I'm gonna give my camera view a little spin so you're seeing my pull downs, and let me walk you through these exercises that we're about to begin. First, we're gonna do a running mountain climber for 12. So we'll tuck our knee into our chest and we'll go ahead and switch with the opposite knee to take those 12 runners on each side. Number 2, grabbing our band, we're gonna take a seat on a chair or our floor to get a heavy resistance lat pull down for 12. Our last exercise, we're gonna take our medium to us dumbbells. We're gonna go ahead and lay down on our mat or on that bench that you might have, and we're gonna move through 12 of our chest presses. Our elbows move out to the side of our bust line. Our upper arms touch fully down to our mat before accelerating straight back up over our chest. Coming out of this, it might feel good to bring the weights to the knees and rock and roll up. We want to keep those in a close by space so we're ready to move in and out of that exercise. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. We're going to start with those mountain climbers, 12 of each of these. We're going to go for our 7.5 minutes. All right, high plank, go ahead and drop down. 3, 2, 1, here we go. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Move to your pull-up setting. Pull-ups or pull-downs. Here's 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and grab your medium to you dumbbells. Bring them to your knees, rock back on the bench or on the floor. Weights over the chest, elbows down, push tall. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Wherever you are, bring your knees up, rock up, set those weights to the side. We're moving back into high plank for mountain climbers. Here we go. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Great. Move to your lat pull down. Take your seat, floor, or chair. Here we go. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Release those. We're grabbing our weights. Weights to knees wherever we are. Rock back, press them up. Here we go. Down. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Weights to knees, rock and roll up. Move back into plank. We've got our mountain climbers. Here we go. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Come to your lat pull downs. Tall through the chest. Shoulders back and down. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Grab your dumbbells. Weights to knees. Rock it back. Press up. Here we go. Down. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Weights to knees, rock up, step into plank. Here we go, mountain climbers. And 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Lat pull downs. We are heading pretty close here to our 2-minute warning. Here we go. Pull. 3. Here's our 2-minute warning. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Grab your weights. Great work. Home stretch, friends. We've got this. Rock back. Press it up, down. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Knees up, weights to knees. Crawl into your plank and hold that core tight. Here we go. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Seated for your lat pull down. Home stretch, everybody. We're almost there. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. We've got a couple seconds left. We're going to finish it off with our full 12 with our chest press. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, knees up, rock and roll up. That completes our 2 Metcons. Here's a great spot for a sip of water before we start our cool down. We're gonna begin our cool down with our feet separated a bit. We're gonna just take our active torso rotations for 10. Look over your shoulder to stretch out your neck. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Beautiful. Let me tilt down a little bit. We're going to come down to the floor. Our first more static stretch is called upward facing dog. So a couple of different versions. Upward facing dog, we're going to come to our tummy and we're going to actually press into our arms to take an abdominal lengthener and a little bit of low back compression. For some of us, this is too much. So we're just going to come into what's called Sphinx pose and keep the elbows down. Lift the chin and the chest. You can press your pelvis down. We're lengthening the abdomen. You can breathe here for a couple moments. And then go ahead and relax down. Bring your palms right under your shoulders. We're going to send our hips back. Take your knees out a little bit wider. Bring your big toes to touch. We're going to take child's pose. Arms are outstretched. We're softening the shoulders and the forehead down into the mat. And then we're going to take a lat stretch here. So let's walk our fingertips over to our right side. We're going to press actively our left shoulder down to stretch behind that armpit. We just did a lot of lat pull downs, so this should feel really good. Walk our hands back through the midline. Take them over to the left side. Press the right shoulder down, stretching behind that right armpit. And then walk your hands back in. This time, bring them in front of your knees. We're going to pick up the right hand and we're going to thread it through the space provided by the left palm and knee. And then we're going to send that left arm out in front. Press the left shoulder down so we're stretching behind that right shoulder. Go ahead and move back to the middle. Palms are down again. And we're going to pick up that left hand and thread it through to the right. Set the shoulder down and then extend the right arm forward to stretch behind that left shoulder. Go ahead and press back down to lift up. Our last stretch will move on to our back. It's called dynamic deer. So we're going to take our hip bridge-like position. Our feet are placed wide. You can bring your arms out to a T or your goal shape. And we're going to drop our knees over to the right and then windshield wiper them over to the left. Press the inside knee down on each rotation until you can feel the hip flexor and the low back stretch out on that opposite hip. Here's 2. And 3. And 4. And 5. Go ahead and bring your knees into your chest. Rock side to side. And we're going to make our way up and out. Unless, of course, you'd like to stay right there, enjoying a bit of Shavasana or any of your other favorite static stretches as you move back down into your steady state. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope this MetCon felt great for you. It felt great for me. I loved those movements. let's go ahead and email each other if any questions did come up. It's Diana@bridgefitnesstraining.com. Go forward and have yourself a great day. I'll see you soon in your next workout or in your next class. Bye-bye.